The answer there is going to be to allow quite a lot of individual customization, and that's going to make a lot of people uncomfortable.
And does that mean OpenAI is comfortable to go into, I don't want to pick on an individual country because
we should still be able to say, right? And I think it is not we have to be somewhat uncomfortable as a tool builder here with some of the uses of our tools and not.
OpenAI CEO Sam Altman, in a recent interview with Axios at Davos, Switzerland, shared some eye-opening insights about the future of AI. He's all in on the idea that AI is evolving at a pace faster than Silicon Valley's previous tech revolutions. I mean, think about it. GPT-2 was impressive, GPT-3 blew our minds, and now GPT-4 is even more mind-blowing. The evolution continues, and that's exciting news for all of us. But hold up.
Look, when we decided to launch ChatGPT, we thought it was going to do well, but we had no idea how well it was going. And so I think one piece of knowledge is that this technology, even with all of its current limitations, is far more useful than we thought and can integrate into our lives in a much more valuable way than we thought. And so now that we know that, as we think about launching the next much better models,
Altman drops a bombshell about the uncomfortable decisions that may come with the evolution of OpenAI's technology. And what he says is completely disturbing. What's that about? Altman envisions a future where AI products need to be highly customizable for individuals. Sounds cool, right? But here's the twist. It means different users might get different answers based on their values, preferences, and yes, even their country of residence. Now, this customization thing is a bit of a double-edged sword. Altman explains that it might make some people uncomfortable because, well, AI could give answers that align with certain cultural norms but might not resonate with everyone. He gives an example. Imagine a country suggesting something way out of bounds, like, an extreme view about a specific group of people like the LGBTQ. Altman is quick to shut that down, stating it's not about going to extremes, but rather finding a balance. He emphasizes that while some values are universally unacceptable, there's a gray area where different cultures might view things differently, and that's where the discomfort comes in. Clear enough?
Expand their human rights, but there's a lot of countries that don't, for example, respect LGBTQ rights. If country X said, in order to operate in our country, you have to change the way OpenAI's models answer questions about that, is that something you're willing to do?
I mean, if like, again, in this idea of like a broad, what the absolute constraints are, if the country said, all gay people should be killed on sight, then no. We would say this is like, I hope anything that the people of the world would come to as a principle would say that is well out of bounds.
Now, consider the complexity of the world we live in. We're all from different races and backgrounds, and what might be totally normal in one region could be frowned upon or even illegal in another. Altman's point? AI needs to find that sweet spot, customized enough to cater to diverse needs but not so extreme that it strays into the realm of societal taboos. So what's the bottom line here? Altman is navigating a tricky path, aiming to strike a balance between customization and avoiding the promotion of harmful values. AI should be a tool for everyone, respecting diverse perspectives while maintaining certain ethical boundaries, right? Think of it like this. You wouldn't want a travel app recommending the same restaurant to someone in New York as it would to someone in Tokyo, right? Altman is essentially suggesting that AI should adapt to cultural nuances in a similar way, providing tailored responses without crossing ethical lines. Yes, it's a delicate dance, but Altman's message is more of a cautionary note than a doomsday prediction. He's urging us to be aware of the potential challenges and complexities that come with AI's evolution. It's not a warning sign per se, but a call for responsible AI development that considers the rich tapestry of global cultures. So, is Altman nervous? Yeah, a bit. Let's do a quick flashback to some of his recent interviews on the use of AI. Not too long ago, in June 2023, Sam Altman chatted with Time about the potential of AGI, artificial general intelligence. In that conversation, he painted a vivid picture of both the promise and the peril of superintelligent AGI. He acknowledged the genuine concern that a misaligned AGI could wreak havoc on the world. The thought of an autocratic engine with a decisive lead in superintelligence causing harm was enough to make anyone nervous. But, and it was a big but, Altman saw the brighter side. If AGI was successfully created, he envisioned it as a force for good, elevating humanity by boosting abundance, turbocharging the global economy, and even aiding in groundbreaking scientific discoveries. Fast forward to September 2023, and Altman was at it again, this time with geeky gadgets. He dived into the current state and future prospects of AI, emphasizing its transformative potential. He didn't just brush over the challenges. Altman was acutely aware of the hurdles. In this interview, he underlined the need for thoughtful and responsible development and deployment of AI technologies. It was like driving a powerful sports car. Yes, it was exhilarating, but you had to navigate the twists and turns responsibly to avoid a crash. Altman's nervousness starts to make sense, right? The power of AI is undeniable, but with great power comes great responsibility. December 2023 rolled around, and Altman sat down with time again, this time getting real about his roller coaster ride at OpenAI. He spilled the beans on his November ousting and reinstatement. But that wasn't all. He dived deep into how AI posed a threat to contributing to disinformation and even discussed its potential impact on the 2024 elections. The nervousness was intense. Altman candidly admitted that AI might not change the world as dramatically as we feared, nor would it shake up the job market as much as we anticipated. It was like a plot twist in a gripping novel. You thought you knew where the story was going, but there was always another layer waiting to be uncovered. Now let's connect the dots. Altman's interviews, including his most recent at the Axios House during the World Economic Forum, serve as a narrative arc, a journey from the initial excitement about the potential of AGI to the sobering reality checks about the challenges and risks associated with AI. It's a journey that mirrors the evolution of his thoughts and concerns. The optimism is still there, shining through, but it's tempered with a healthy dose of caution. Altman isn't running away from the immense possibilities AI brings. He's just aware that we need to approach this brave new world with our eyes wide open. So, when Altman talks about uncomfortable decisions and the need to tread carefully in the evolution of ChatGPT, it's not just talk. It's rooted in a series of reflections on the potential highs and lows of AI, a journey that leaves anyone in his shoes a bit jittery. The future is promising, but it requires a delicate dance, one that Altman seems ready to navigate with caution, ensuring that the tech of tomorrow brings us more marvels than mayhem. And that's not all. Sam Altman also drops some hints about the future of knowledge work, and it's nothing short of mind-blowing. Picture this. You're drowning in a sea of emails, and all you have to do is ask, what are my most important emails today? And bam, AI comes to the rescue, summarizing them for you. Sounds like a dream, doesn't it? In this chat at Axios House during the World Economic Forum, Altman painted a vivid picture of how AI, particularly OpenAI's upcoming model GPT-5, is about to revolutionize the way we handle information. Imagine the sheer convenience of having an AI assistant sift through the clutter of your inbox and serve up the essential bits in a neat summary. But that's not all. Altman isn't just talking about making our email woes disappear. He's got his eyes set on something much grander: the acceleration of scientific discovery. Now, he's not predicting this to happen in 2024, but when it does, it's going to be a game changer. Think of it as having a turbo boost for scientific breakthroughs. AI, in this context, becomes a catalyst, helping researchers and scientists navigate through vast amounts of data, unlocking new insights at a pace we've never seen before. Altman emphasized that launching GPT-5 is currently his top priority. We can speculate this to be a tool so powerful and versatile that it can not only handle your daily email overload, but also contribute to pushing the boundaries of human knowledge. That's the promise Altman is making with this next generation model. Now, let's talk about the practical side of things. Say you're knee-deep in a research project. Instead of spending hours combing through articles and papers, GPT-5 might be able to distill that information into digestible nuggets, saving you time and energy. It's like having a genius research assistant at your fingertips, available 24/7. Of course, Altman is realistic about the timeline. He doesn't expect this scientific discovery acceleration to happen overnight, but the mere possibility is enough to get us excited about the future. So why should we care about all this tech talk? Well, imagine a world where knowledge becomes more efficient and accessible. It's not just about convenience, it's about breaking down barriers to information and empowering individuals to tackle complex problems with newfound ease. AI, in Altman's vision, becomes an invaluable ally in our quest for understanding and progress. In essence, Altman's statement about the new way of doing knowledge work isn't just about fancy algorithms and complex code. It's about democratizing information and making it work for us. The prospect of having a digital assistant that not only handles your day-to-day tasks, but also aids in groundbreaking scientific discoveries is, without a doubt, a thrilling glimpse into the future. Let's briefly delve into Sam Altman's take on the potential impact of AI on elections. It turns out Altman's got some nerves about it, and let's be honest, who wouldn't when it comes to the delicate dance of democracy? Altman's first move is to avoid fighting the last war when it comes to election misinformation. What's that mean? Well, think of it like this. Imagine trying to predict the next big trend by only looking at the previous one. It just doesn't cut it. Altman's saying OpenAI is steering clear of outdated approaches to tackle the evolving challenges of election misinformation. Now, in recent weeks, OpenAI announced they're gearing up to combat misinformation and abuse of their models in over 60 elections happening worldwide in 2024. That's a pretty hefty task, right? Altman's not pulling any punches here, recognizing the need to step up their game in the face of global electoral events. But here's where it gets interesting. Altman doesn't spill the beans on the exact number of OpenAI warriors being deployed for this mission. Why? Well, he rejects the idea that throwing a massive team at the problem is the magic solution. It's like saying more chefs in the kitchen make a better meal. Altman's defending OpenAI's stance, emphasizing that it's not just about numbers, but about smart strategies and staying ahead of the misinformation game. Sure, OpenAI might have a fewer troops in the election security department compared to heavyweights like Meta and TikTok, but Altman's subtly saying it's not about the size of the army, it's about the effectiveness of the strategy. What to tell your friends tomorrow? While Altman's comments suggest that OpenAI's next big model, ChatGPT, will be able to do a lot more than the existing models can, the path to get there will be choppy. The new model will be able to provide more personalized responses to users based on their values and preferences, summarize emails, and help accelerate scientific discovery. But at the same time, Altman believes that the evolution and proliferation of OpenAI's technology will require uncomfortable decisions, as AI products will need to allow quite a lot of individual customization. This will make a lot of people uncomfortable, as AI will give different answers for different users based on their values, preferences, and possibly on what country they reside in. These answers, to some, could be offensive. This is a warning from Altman as they release new technology, something we need to be prepared for. Want to see more mind-blowing AI developments? You need to see this.